From the canopy to the floor, the rainforest is full of life. And where there's life, there's always something that preys on it. Ground-level killers are some of the deadliest. The fer de lance is one deadly killer. It causes more human fatalities than any other reptile in the Americas. With lightning speed, lethal accuracy, and highly toxic venom, it makes short work of its victims. This fer de lance is hunting. It tastes the air by flicking its tongue out to capture the scent particles of any prey that has passed this way. The tongue transfers odor to the Jacobson's organ in the snake's mouth. This provides the information needed to follow the scent trails left by animals as they pass through the forest. The scent trail leads to a burrow. There are many scent trails around the burrow, some old and some fresh. If the snake can corner a rodent underground, it will have an easy meal. Surprise is the fer de lance's best weapon, and a rodent trapped inside the burrow will have nowhere to run. That is, of course, if it is a rodent. It's not a rodent. It's a Goliath tarantula, the largest spider in the world. This is a duel to the death, but who will triumph? With the leg span of a large dinner plate, the Goliath tarantula may be a deadly giant of the invertebrate world, but it doesn't rely on size alone. This killer may have 8 eyes, but its vision is poor. However, it has got 8 very sensitive legs. The lower segments are covered in tiny hairs called trichobothria. Moving freely in cup-like sockets, these can detect the smallest vibrations or the slightest changes in airflow. They are one of the principal tools it uses to locate and target prey. Any movement causes vibrations. These hit each leg at different intervals, allowing the spider to plot its prey's exact position. The tarantula then closes in until it can make a lightning-quick lunge and bring its lethal fangs into play. These needle-sharp fangs measure up to 1 inch long, over 2 centimeters. They're hollow and used to inject venom, which quickly renders the prey immobile and begins to dissolve its insides. The powerful fangs move up and down like pickaxes, tearing the creature apart and reducing it to an easily digested pulp. Tarantulas often live in disused rodent burrows, where prey may be consumed in safety. Like many spiders, tarantulas produce silk, but they don't weave webs to catch their food. They use it to wrap their prey and prevent the dissolving body from falling apart. Like the Goliath tarantula, the fer de lance is also a lethal hunter. Adults will often seek out their prey, but young ones usually lie in wait, motionless. Their tail is a different color to an adult's, and they slowly wriggle it, mimicking a worm. Unable to resist, the frog leaps. The young fer de lance reacts instantly, injecting its victim with lethal venom. Adult fer de lances can reach up to 7.5 feet, that's 2.4 meters in length, and have few predators of their own. This one has followed a scent trail to the burrow. Now it must assess the available information. There are many rodent trails here, but none of them are fresh, so the burrow may well be empty. Once inside the tunnel, the snake will be disadvantaged. There won't be enough room to strike or to turn around. The snake can't sense what's down there, but the tarantula can sense that something is coming. Giant tarantulas leave trails of silk as tripwires outside their burrows. These are carefully placed to alert the tarantula to any movement, rather like the laser beams of a security system. As the fer-de-lance slithers into the unknown, it is unaware that it has tripped one of the silken alarm threads, alerting the tarantula to its presence. But the fer-de-lance is not totally in the dark. Pits on either side of its face are sensitive heat detectors, giving it a big advantage when hunting warm-blooded mammals in a dark burrow. But the occupant is not a mammal. The tarantula already knows the size, speed and position of the trespasser, thanks to its sensitive leg hairs, and prepares itself to attack. With information and surprise on its side, the tarantula pounces. Before the snake can react, the spider has administered a lethal dose of its venom. The paralyzing liquid begins to take effect, breaking down the snake's internal organs. It's too late to strike back. And within minutes, it's all over. The tarantula begins to eat the snake head first, sucking up the dissolving body. "17 hours later, there's only an empty fer-de-lance skin left. The tarantula has just one more chore: to take out the trash. At first glance, the tamandua, with its long snout and lumbering gait, doesn't look like a ruthless predator. It has neither the ferocity and power of the jaguar, nor the speed and venom of the tarantula. But, despite its appearance, it's a superbly adapted rainforest killer. The forest floor is like an assault course, but the tamandua can easily negotiate every obstacle as it goes looking for prey. The tamandua specializes in feeding on ants and termites. Termite nests are often found up in the trees, but this doesn't stop the determined and surprisingly agile tamandua from reaching them. Its prehensile tail grips the branches, and its claws hook into the bark like climbing crampons, preventing a fall. To cope with the low energy value of their insect food, they have, for their size and weight, a very low metabolic rate. Termites are small, so a large supply is essential. Once they're back on the ground, they tuck their claws inwards, walking on the sides of their hands. Blunt claws would be little use. Tamanduas locate prey with their highly developed sense of smell. Nearly 2/3 of their long snout is nose, though their mouth opening is no wider than a pencil. Once this one has traced the termite scent, it uses its sharp claws to rip apart the wood and expose the scuttling insects. Having located the termite's trail, it must follow their path to a much larger horde. These trails are hollow tubes of chewed bark that sometimes snake along the branches. The hard walls protect foraging workers from most dangers. But more importantly, the trails lead the tamandua to the termite's nest. Their eyesight is poor, so they use their powerful sense of smell to follow the trails.